My name is Kristen May. This is May Love Light, and welcome to another Mindful Monday. I hope this live comes to you well. I hope you are making time to resource yourself. Um, yeah, and I hope you're taking great care of yourself. And if not, taking steps toward it. Mm, I my energy is a little low today, which is okay. I have I have my energy fluctuates mainly because of these respiratory challenges that I have been encountering, and so yeah, bear with me this morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're watching this. Um, excuse me. Okay. Whew. I tried to sleep a little bit longer today. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Where am I located? I am on the lands known as Detroit, Michigan. These lands are also known as Wawetanong to the Anishinaabe people. And the Anishinaabe people are made up of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi people. I also want to call in the indigenous people of Jamaica, the Tainos, bringing them in, and my ancestors, and your ancestors as well, bringing them into the space. Anybody you'd like to call forward? Today, I want to talk about joy. And I know there are a lot of things going on in the world, and I feel like, yeah, there's always space to talk about joy, and sometimes I feel guilt arise when I'm experiencing joy, just because there's so much that's happening in the world, and then I I have guilt that arises, and then another thing that happens. I talked about difficult emotions, and one of them for me, joy, was a difficult emotion. Welcome. Being that it was, I would d- dissociate when it was happening. Welcome. And it was just the feeling for me was very overwhelming, that I would go somewhere else. Welcome. And I'm talking about joy, my experience with it. And so what I've been doing when I notice joy is present is just really allowing myself to experience it. And one way of doing that is bringing myself back into my body. And I know sometimes it can be really difficult for us to practice with bringing ourselves back into our body. Being a black person, or being a person who's in a body who has been in a system with systemic oppression, it may be foreign for us to land into our body or to feel safe enough to come back into the body. And so I just want to call that, like, say that aloud. And there are practices that you can use to kind of reacquaint yourself with coming back into the body, and like allowing ourselves to come back home. And yeah, just being gentle with yourself along that journey. And so now I feel like when joy arises for me, I try my best to really allow myself to experience the fullness of it. I have to be really intentional, because the habit that I have of like, uh, disassociating, there I go somewhere else. It's very ingrained, and so that's what I like about this practice, is increasing the awareness to be able to, hello, to be able to keep coming back, keep coming back. And so I do want to take a moment to share a lineage acknowledgement because I'm talking about mindfulness and meditation. And when I define mindfulness as being aware in the present moment without judgment, with openness and kind curiosity, and acknowledging that, yeah, I just want to take a time to point out my understanding of mindfulness, and it comes from the Western colonization of the ancient practice and culture of Buddhist traditions and teachings. My perception is only a drop of water in this vast richness of teachings that we know as mindfulness. The drop of water that I was given and I have been applying into my life has reaped a lot of fruit, a lot of benefits for me that I could not imagine, and which really motivates me to try to share what I've learned. And I have deep appreciation and respect for those who were the people where these teachings originated and migrated in South and East Asia. And then I hope to be able to nourish myself and others in a respectful manner that pays respect to the Buddha, our ability to awaken, the Dharma, meaning the teachings, and the Sangha, which that's the community. I just wanted to bring that into the space as well. So there are within Buddhist teachings, there's the heavenly messengers, the heavenly abodes, Brahmaviharas, and there's four. Metta is loving kindness, a kindness, a friendliness. There's Karuna is compassion. Mudita is sympathetic joy, vicarious joy, joy for another. Um, Experiencing someone's joy and like and you feel joy, or noticing someone, or no, witnessing someone experiencing joy and you feel joy from that. That's mudita, which I wanted to talk more about. And then upeka, equanimity, balancing of the mind. And so mudita, it's really interesting. I had a teacher share that mudita, the teacher is a Khanda Mason. She shared that mudita is the hardest one of the Brahma Viharas because, like, truly feeling joy when you notice someone else is experiencing joy, it can be difficult because oftentimes we might think about like ourselves. So it's like, oh, that's so great. This person got a promotion. Where's my promotion? That's not mudita there. It's like, oh, that's so wonderful. This person found a new place to live, and I was looking for, like, I've been looking for a place to live. I haven't found a place to live. Like, that's not. So truly allowing yourself to be in the space, like, oh, that's so wonderful. You know, someone has been someone had a promotion, and like really being in the like yay of it without going into the like selfing of it. So yeah, so that's just a clarification of like experiencing mudita. And a great example that I love for experiencing mudita are like shows like Let's Make a Deal, or The Price is Right. I was like, what's the show that comes on after it? And so my mom loves watching the shows, but truly seeing the people like win a prize and like cheering them on. My favorite one is the Great British Bake Off. Yeah, because like you get to learn about like the people in the in the show along the way, and like you learn a little bit more about their backstory, so you feel like you got a little bit more of a connection with them. And so as people like win the showstopper or like different things in the show, you kind of like you're like yeah, and then by the end of it, the last person that like wins the prize, you're just like so overjoyed because you know you feel like you've known where this person comes from, and it just like really fills. That's This is my experience. It filled me up like so great. I was like, man, I feel like I know this person, and just like really so happy that this person who like may have started baking 2 years ago is able to win a show like that. So anyway, that's how I feel about joy. And I just want to, yeah, I feel like that's what I want to share. Shall we practice? Let's take a moment. I had to go on mute because my mom is talking quite loud upstairs. Ah, yeah. So anyway, this is okay. It is what it is. Um, all right. So let's just take some time to practice together. Maybe somebody, or if a situation or something came up for you while I was talking about joy, you're experiencing it, or yeah, reflect on anything that might come to mind as we settle in. Um, I'm trying to think of a recent moment for me. And while you're doing this, just like take a moment to look around your space. Look to your left, look to your right. And what we're doing is orienting ourselves as we get ready to practice, allowing yourself to land. Hmm. When you're ready, you can soften your gaze, looking maybe 3 or 6 feet in front of you, allowing the eyes to gently close, or you can close your eyes completely, whatever feels nourishing for you, and allowing yourself to just reflect on if there's any areas of joy that you've experienced, or maybe there's areas of joy that you've witnessed. If you have any little ones in your life, or maybe you know of people who have recently brought in little ones, or maybe you have some fur babies, or know of people that have little fur babies, or maybe there's a spot outside or an area of a tree or something that really brings you joy in a way that there's like an uplift in the heart. And if there isn't anything that comes to mind, that is okay as well. Knowing that there's the possibility for it to arise, there is always a possibility. And sometimes just knowing that can bring a little bit of peace to ourselves. In Buddhist teachings, they often talk about the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows. Both of these are happening at the same time. Knowing that there is great suffering in the world, and knowing that there is also moments of joy and people and beings having moments of connection, love, joy, and peace. So, our area of focus for this practice, just allowing yourself to land in the body. The way you can do that is you can maybe bring your attention to your hands or maybe the seat of the chair. So as the mind wanders off into the different thoughts, you can gently guide yourself to feeling the seat of the chair, or if you're laying down, feeling your back laying against a cushion. And what we're doing is cultivating the reflex, the muscle of gently bringing ourselves back into our body. Bringing yourself back into the body. And try to be with your area of focus during this entire time. So if it is your seat in the chair, staying in that space. Or if it's the hands resting on the legs or the thighs, resting on the thighs, you can remain there as the mind wanders off, and bringing yourself back to the hands, wherever is your area of focus. If there are sounds or things in your environment that may be distracting, you can allow them to be. What you're focusing on in this moment is your area of focus, your body. Within that, just allowing yourself to come back to that experience. If you ever feel overwhelmed, you can always open your eyes and orient yourself again by looking around your space. And when you're ready, you can always rejoin again. And let's just do a little inquiry of has there been a recent time where you've experienced joy or you've witnessed someone else's joy? And bringing that moment to mind. Just resting with it. And if nothing comes to mind, that's okay. Noticing if there's any other emotions that may arise. not pushing them away. Seeing if you can still feel the sensation of the body that you've been focusing on while being aware of this emotion. I'm noticing the corners of my mouth raising ever so gently, a little smile. I'm still noticing the seat, my seat in the chair. Different thoughts may be arising, memories, maybe to-do lists for the week, and just gently guiding ourselves back to this moment, witnessing someone's joy or you yourself encountering joy. Being with the body. And as we wrap up our practice today, just allowing ourselves to send well wishes to all beings everywhere, seen and unseen. May all beings everywhere know connection, love, joy, and peace. May all beings everywhere know connection, love, joy, and peace. Just allowing these words to wash over you. May all beings everywhere know love, joy, connection, and peace. We are going to take 3 breaths together at your level of comfort. If a deep breath is where it feels nourishing for you, go for it. And if not, that's okay too. So exhaling the air, taking a breath in, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, and open the mouth and sigh it out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, bring yourself back into the space, looking around. Welcome, welcome back. And so with this practice, what my intention is we really like slowed it down. So like bringing ourselves into the body, allowing ourselves to focus on an area of the body, and then bringing in a memory of witnessing someone experiencing joy or you yourself experiencing it, and allowing ourselves to continue to come back to the body. So in our day to day, when we're going about our the things, you're able to cultivate that muscle. And this is from like me and my own experience of when I would disassociate whenever joy would arise, because it was just such a big emotion for me. I was just like, oh, this is too much. I can't. And so the practice of being in your body while experiencing it allows me to really buoy myself and really be in the fullness of it, and like kind of retrain myself to really be present and keep coming back while experiencing that emotion. Or yeah, and whatever else that might arise in that space. So this is just a simple or a simple. It takes practice to cultivate for sure, and just know to be gentle with yourself. And it takes a lot of time to build a new habit. And I'm speak. Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. It takes a lot of time, and yeah, just really being intentional with it, and continuing to practice in the different ways. So I would like for us to offer a dedication of merit. So any goodness that comes from us practicing together today, like allowing it to radiate out and touching the hearts and minds of all beings everywhere, seen and unseen. And this dedication of merit comes from the Dharma Homies Collective, specifically Devin Sangster Rath within the group. And it just really touches into what I feel is really relevant and continues to be relevant. So, men, so if you wish, you can place your hand on the heart. You can bring your palms together. And any goodness that has come from us practicing together today be dedicated not only to us, but to all beings everywhere, seen and unseen. In particular, we dedicate this goodness to those who are suffering, especially those who are suffering under violence, racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, ageism, xenophobia, and all the intersecting oppressions. We commit to doing the work within ourselves and in the world of uprooting greed, hatred, and delusion so that our true heart's wish may come true, that all beings everywhere be free from suffering and pain. May all beings abide in the ease of well being. May all beings be safe from both internal and external harm. May all beings know connection, love, joy, and peace. And may all beings be truly liberated. Thank you. And I will see you all next week. Next week will be my last Mindful Monday for now. And so, yeah, I will see you all then. Take great care of yourselves and each other.